What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Magus, and said I was going to do a part 2, so here we go. Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. A lot of people were basing it around the whole Drake thing, hoping, waiting to see if he'll, like, do Not Like Us and take another stab at Drake. Of course, many believe, and rightfully so, that the part of the reason why he got it was due to the beef with Drake. I mean, let's be honest, Not Like Us became such a big hit, a phenomenon, and that was, a key moment in this whole beef. And if it wasn't for that beef, you wouldn't have got that song. So yeah, I can see why it makes total sense, and I agree with that. Yeah, Not Like Us kind of got him this opportunity, and I don't know if I said it before in another video. I probably haven't, but I was never like one to agree with people like, oh, Lil Wayne should have got it. Look, they're gonna get the hottest person at the time, or they're gonna get who they think would rate well. The NFL working with Jay-Z's team, they always have a plan. There's a reason behind it that's bigger than just doing what they think people want. Because if you really, really think about all of the Super Bowl shows, there's few shows that you can honestly say, like, I would say since the Michael Jackson show, there's few times I think that they just went with what the crowd was saying, rather than picking someone of their choice for whatever reason. Like, maybe I'm wrong. You could, correct me if I'm wrong, but how many of y'all were out there really pining for The Weeknd to be the guy the year he did it? No shade to Katy Perry, but I don't feel like that year that she did it, she was on top. Beyonce's an anomaly because Beyonce is always, Beyonce's Beyonce. So you can put Beyonce there almost every year, and few people would bat an eye. It's just like if you were to probably say something like Taylor Swift every year, most people wouldn't bat an eye. Like, their popularity supersedes, like, everybody else's. And I'll probably get killed for that Taylor Swift thing. But, hey, folks, look, you gotta admit, she has the cachet to be put in that level too. Let's be honest. Anyway, so he got to get on stage, do the thing to dig at Drake at the end with "They Not Like Us," bringing out Serena. I never knew that him and SZA dated, so that, I guess, was another dig. The A minor chain was a dig, and everybody who was looking for, the petty got the petty, and celebrated it, and it was just, most of us are like, damn, that's fucked up. He really did just have, a bunch of people at the Super Bowl singing A minor and giving one last, like, huge fuck you to Drake in front of, like, probably close to 1 billion people, because the Super Bowl is watched around the world. Close to 1 billion, not over 1 billion. I forget what they said the viewership was, but yeah. Which, yeah, that's a hell of a victory lap for a rap beef. Again, as I said in the previous video, probably the best moment in hip-hop beef history. That being said, of course, in the aftermath of all this, and hopefully this is it, hopefully Drake has learned this lesson, because I've said this before, Drake would have benefited best if, like, after all the songs went back and forth, if he would have just shut up and just went about his business, took his L, and been fine. I think that's what he's going to do now, but it wouldn't surprise me if he did kind of try to, like, come back I wouldn't advise it. You know, because again, as I've said before, Drake's gonna be okay. Drake has a huge fan base that will forever stay loyal. Um, he's not a bad artist. He makes good music. All he has to do is put out a really good album, and he's cool. Like I know a lot of people like to say his career is fucked, but I don't think so. I think he may not be as popular in some circles as he was, but he's not just gonna fade the fuck away and just disappear and be nothing. And again, this social media area era, people are so fucking forgiving. People forget so fucking fast. So again, I say put out some dope shit. People will forget. And people will like, there'll be people who will forever bring it back up, but they'll still fuck with his shit, and still fuck with him heavy. Like it's it's just the way it is. Like I could go into deeper conversations. It's funny, I had a deeper conversation, which I would love to touch on that. Maybe again another video. Nothing to talk about here. We actually shout out to Trigun. We actually talked about like how it would be a good podcast discussion. I think it would be a good podcast discussion because there's some things that I didn't agree in the conversation with, that I didn't want to go too deep in because I was interrupting his stream and I didn't want to fuck his vibe up. And but there's some things like I would really like to explore with the whole thing with Drake in that situation, just to revisit it. That I just find very, very fascinating. I also find it very fascinating how both sides look at it. His fans and the people who don't care for Drake. It's a very, very interesting situation. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, I think both parties are going to be okay. Kendrick was going to be okay without the beef. Drake was going to be okay without the beef. Drake certainly was going to be okay without the beef. And don't make that shit like personal. Like you don't like him. Anything personal needs to be with him as a person. Don't bring family, things like that in. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. Nah. But hey, hopefully it's kind of gonna be gone now. Like, and again, we're still gonna listen to both of their music. Maybe not as much. Who knows? But you can't deny both their talent, and hey. But we'll see. Like, I think if anything, if there is a crash out for Drake, it's going to be on the litigation side and things like that. Because again, I would love to do another video about that because there's a lot going on there that I find very, very crazy. But hey, it is what it is. This video's gone longer than I needed it to go anyway. Anyway, as always, you guys feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Blak, Magus, and I'm out. Deuces.